Taking low-cost flights within Europe really opens up your options for reward flights, and Ryanair is one of the largest low-cost carriers. This is Travel Awards Search, sharing insights about the experience and absolutely everything you need to know about flying Ryanair so it goes smoothly. My husband and I took flights from Edinburgh to Dublin at the end of August and paid $60 and $83 for our tickets. I'll explain that fare difference a little later in the video. Overall, the experience was quite good. We needed to use stairs to board in Edinburgh, but they boarded from both the front and the back of the plane, which made it a lot faster. It was a Boeing 737 aircraft with the typical 3-3 seating. It was clean and modern with comfortable seats and spacing similar to Southwest, but with assigned seat. They did emphasize safety. There are no pockets in the seat backs, and the safety card is actually attached to the seat back and virtually impossible to miss. They did offer food and drinks at a cost on the flight. Not really a big issue for me on a 1-hour flight. An unusual item on the flight is that they sold raffle tickets on board to benefit some kind of a charity, something I've never experienced before. But overall, the flights were on time, comfortable. The flight attendants were friendly and courteous, so it was a good experience. The thing you need to be acutely aware of with Ryanair is their very low basic fare and charge for everything and anything business model. The most important thing in booking with them is to read very carefully because reading is fundamental. The following examples are for an Edinburgh to Dublin flight about 5 weeks out. I pulled them more recently. The prices listed on the Ryanair calendar and for the individual flights are the basic fares, and those are pretty similar to basic fares of U.S. airlines. After you select your flight, Ryanair offers several different fare types. It's very important to look carefully at this page with the different fare types and what's included for each type. It's actually laid out pretty well so that you can see all of it. For the most part, fares are non-changeable and non-refundable, so be aware of that. Note that the Plus fare is the only one that includes a check bag. These items can also be added individually after fare type selection. The prices are basically the same either way if you add them at booking, with the fare packages offering a slight bonus, such as free airport check-in with the Plus package. You can click on the blue info icons throughout the site to get more details on things like the dimensions allowed, the weights, and even when they can be added. Everyone on the reservation has to have the same package and extras. My husband needed to take a rollerboard for some fragile items, and I didn't need one. So I actually booked us in 2 different reservations so I didn't have to pay for a rollerboard I didn't need. We both had the Plus package, which includes that 20-kilogram check bag and a small cabin bag. And then for him, I added the 10-kilogram cabin bag to accommodate his rollerboard. And that also gave him priority boarding. The people with priority boarding are the ones that are allowed to have a rollerboard cabin bag. So those people board first. The luggage that needs to be stored in the overheads gets stored first, and then the rest of the plane boards. Really an interesting process. So with the difference in the baggage, that's how we ended up with a $60 ticket for me and an $83 ticket for my husband. Still pretty darn cheap for a flight from Edinburgh to Dublin. If your fare includes seat selection in advance, seats in the front or the exit row have a fee, but it's not very large, especially in comparison to some of the American airlines. And most of the aircraft, at least on our flight, was available at no extra cost. Booking in advance helps in finding low fares. We booked in early June for the end of August. They do also run frequent fare sales. Be sure to add everything you need preferably at booking, but definitely before the airport when costs are extremely high. For example, the airport fee for a 20-kilogram checked bag is over $70. It's 70 euros or 70 pounds, depending on where you're at. Airport check-in is 55 euros or pounds. So you definitely want to avoid those extra costs at the airport, which can turn a low-cost flight into a fairly expensive flight. Ryanair offers a good experience at a very low cost to get around Europe. It's just critical to carefully read and select your needed fare and extras in advance so that things go smoothly and you avoid high fees. This is Wandering Woman with Travel Award Search. We hope you enjoyed this video explaining the experience and what you need to know about flying Ryanair. We certainly appreciate your likes, your comments, and your subscriptions. And as always, travel wisely, travel well. Thank you.